City of Midland water reclamation plant, which you are seeing now, as it now supplies water to Midland College for irrigation purposes. Conducting this little trek, we're actually just going to do a walk from this plant to the storage tank on the Midland College campus. Doing it this morning is Bob Templeton, Allison Chair of Journalism, instructor at Midland College. And we have conducting most of it is Alana, Edgin, who is our editor for the coming fall for 2014, and we'll just be doing an informal conversation as we do our walk. So anything you want to... Okay, so we're just going to start walking. You've seen the plant, and we're just doing an informal conversation, and also introducing you, if you haven't never been out here before, to the Windlands Park and Tumbleweed Park combination jogging trails, which are good for college students to come over here and get in good physical shape, right across from the campus on Wadley. So, Alana, do you want to talk a little bit about what the whole project, the water project's about?
Yes, actually, the money that was spent on it was $6.5 million. And it goes through a gray water system. Gray water is that water that you use when you go to the restroom and take showers and stuff. And we're recycling that through a biomembrane. So the water filters through there and becomes water we can use again. And we're going to start using that for our outdoor water system. We're actually one of the top 5 water users in Midland County.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I guess we do use a lot out there to... how many acres is the campus? I think we were reading about 220 acres out there of foliage, and it's a place where people like to see it green because they do a lot of jogging and things of that nature.
We actually have a jogging class, so I'm sure they'll appreciate having.
And so, of course, we're in a drought situation, and actually, as you see way across there, it's hard to see, but it is the actual tank, but we are going to walk toward that. And actually, we're going to go cross country here a little bit on a little bit of good old West Texas rough terrain. That's how the pioneer spirit made this country what it is. But anyway, these are the jogging trails, and they're most...
You probably can't ride horses here.
Well, that's true. It's supposed to have those dogs on leashes and things like that. No motor vehicles, but it's good for bicycles, good for jogging, and it's lit up at night. And benches along the way for resting. It's just a nice relaxing area. But anyway, we Dennis Seaver, who's our vice president for facilities and IT technology area, is in charge of this project, and he's arranged with the city, I think, a very wholesome use of conservation, which we tried to teach out the college, along with our ability to keep the campus green, but doing it in a way that that'll be cost efficient over the years, because the water is the non-drinkable, right, Elena? I think that's what
it is you can't drink it back again.
We're also going by, if you're not familiar with the airport that is adjacent to Midland College, which is where our aviation maintenance program is. We used to have a pilot program out there, but it is the area that's kind of unique to Midland, with the COM nearby. The COM you see back over there, it's top roof, and we have a swimming program there. So in a way, you got kind of a complex out here for a lot of things that do go on. We just wanted to show you where the water travels. It goes across a pipe underneath Wadley, and then back to our tank. And our tank we're going to be getting closer to in just a minute. So the new pad you see for the what do you call that, the frisbee golf,
Disc golf.
Yeah, disc golf. This is one of the pads, and they have established out here in the last 6 months the baskets that you could pitch to, and they're going to put up signs about...
We used to have that on campus, didn't we?
Yes, we did. We sure did. For I don't know the reason it was taken off, but it was. But it's now back out here. And also you see some exercise machines that if you do the jogging trail, you can practice on.
And you can hear the traffic behind us.
Yeah, it's pretty loud right now. But we're going to go down the light and cross over. do it the right way. Eventually what they're going to do out here, I don't know how they're going to do it, but we're going to have a jogging and bicycle trail that the city's planning to be one of a kind, to start out a citywide set of bike paths, and somehow they're going to bridge over here on Wadley to make it contiguous, using all the airport property and the college property in that effort. So you might call this a little bit of an urban little trek that we're doing. And there's one of our private schools right here for kindergarten or first grade through 8. Hillender shares adjacent property to the college. This is one of the entrances to the campus. As you can see, Midland College's sign.
This is the one with the pretty gates.
The pretty gate that closes during high water times, because we are going to go across a draw here, the Scarborough Draw. I think it's the Scarborough Draw. No, the Scarborough Draw is over there.
Like that.
You can see, giving Hillender a bit of credit, they've built a new facility that includes 3 or 4 wells, and I think that's pretty impressive since they're landlocked. But you can see there are wells right in there that they built 2 or 3 of to pump water up for their, I suppose, drinking as well as irrigation purposes.
I don't think they're part of our gray water system, though.
No, you're right, they are not. But what else can we think about this project? I guess students taking the...
It'd be a really good thing for the environment, of course, because we also use 200,000 gallons of water just on the outside.
Right.
And if we use the gray water, it's going to help out a lot more, since we are still pretty much in the drought.
Right, even though we see the contrast, these weeds from recent rains down here in the draw. But of course, the idea too that Dennis Seaver, I think, had along with that is, isn't it, Elena, that we're trying to control weeds on the campus too? I mean, to grow grass, you got to grow weeds, which in turn we have to control. The effort, one would maybe ask, why are we going to this extra length? Well, why would you think, Elena, that Midland College needs to stay green when a lot of the lawns are going brown?
It would actually probably be cheaper later on. It's not going to seem cheaper right now, because $6.5 million is a lot. But after a few years, it's going to be a lot better and cheaper.
And in that process, isn't Midland College a community facility? I mean, it's not just for students, it's for recreation, people jogging, walking dogs, just walking out here. And so I would think that we wouldn't want Midland to be no green anywhere, so this expense being done efficiently provides Midland, does it not, a fairly good...
It will do a lot of good for the community, because a lot of times right in the middle of class sessions we'll have joggers who might be in their 40s to 80s.
Then you'll see a lot of brown now, but as we can water, it provides kind of an oasis, you might say, in the middle of the drought. And the college has done well in the past couple of years to refrain from unnecessary watering, and this will give us a chance to return back to the community many of the things that supported us through private money as well as tax money. In the background you do see the airport.
We have a pretty good aviation program.
Yeah, that's right. Over there are some dorms just as we're going along.
Those are the family dorms.
Right. You want to explain who are those for?
Those are for groups who are married or have children and need to live on campus.
Right.
That's where they get to stay. They seem to be in a good little pocket over there.
Used to be athletic dorms way back when, but of course the campus has since built about 3 or 4.
We could not fit all of our athletes in there.
That's right.
I used to be one of the student trainers we cannot fit all of them in there.
Yeah, that's true. We are that much bigger, and of course it provides dorms for the regular college student as well as athletes. But I think those were built by the generosity of Mr. Williams from way back when, and other people contributing to our foundation and for sports events out here. What you're seeing now is our utility or our maintenance building, which we were able to.
They have the golf carts.
Right.
Golf carts are very fun.
And the vans that we use for trips and whatnot, but it's really since the bond issue about 5 or 6 years ago, we've been able to make this a comprehensive campus. One of the unique things, talking about foliage and water, are these oak trees coming up. They were transplanted, and so we valued enough to transplant 5 or 6 big oak trees to save them from where the Marie Hall building is back there. Had to go up, and shows the extent to which Midland College is also trying to preserve natural resources with their move. It's quite an undertaking. Had to move them, the whole root ball and everything.
Before the gray water system came in place, we've been focusing on keeping the trees alive, which probably does take a good amount of water.
And that's, I think, one of the stated purposes, is it not, for this reclamation project.
Yes, we're not too worried about the grass because this is grass. The trees look pretty. The grass has no real appeal, especially when you look out there and see all the yellow.
Unless it's green, but trees can't be regrown in a day or two. Grass can at least revive within a season or two. You can see we plant young trees as well as older trees. Now we're coming around this fence up here to where the reclamation tank is on campus. And you can see we do try to irrigate them, again, that water reclamation. And what you see in front of us is really the first on-campus athletic facility, but it's a softball facility for the girls, and has brought a unique on-campus opportunity for competition there. I think the baseball guys play at Angel Stadium. Now, we're coming up on the reclamation water tank. I mean, it's basically a storage tank out of which we do pump the water to irrigate the property. Again, we're on the back side. You can see the loop way back there. And
it reminds me of my grandma's water tank on a ranch.
And where was that?
Over in Merkel.
Oh, yeah. Okay. In the background, the airport. Well, the full backside there between here and the loop is runway area for Air Park, Midland Air Park. So anyway, here's the reclamation storage tank with the needed, I suppose, pumping facilities that are, pumping facilities that are needed. But the water, of course, is reclaimed. I mean, I guess coming from a combination of sewage and gray water, as Alana was explaining, but perfect for our lawn.
That's all we got on the gray water system. We're going to have more probably on our first newspaper. And thanks for joining us.